back to Elephant Deco. So we've made a lot of pretty things on this channel, mostly coasters, trays, organizers, stuff like that. But one thing I realized that we haven't made are jewelry, earrings, pendants, you know, little things. So today we are going to be making some earrings together. And these are the earrings that we will be making. These two pretty glittery and colorful ones. And so I will show you how I make the earrings, finish them up, assemble them, and then put them on the cards. Let's get started. This is the donut earring mold that we are using. I made this mold myself and I made it as a palette because it's so much more fun making multiple earrings at once. For our resin, we have Totalbolt's high performance resin, the slow hardener version. I already mixed it up and separated the mixture into the different cups for the different colors that we need. For the glitter, we have a red mix and a peachy mix, both from Dreaming of Glitters. And for the colors, we're mixing some acrylic paint and mica powder. Unfortunately, these glitters are no longer available, so you won't be able to get these mixes, but you can follow this tutorial with other mixes and colors. We are going to pair the red glitter mix with Silicone Art's Enchanted Orchid. I didn't pour too much glitter into this resin because that's my preference. I didn't want it to be full of glitter. I did want the color to be opaque though, so I added the mica powder accordingly. When you mix the pigments with the clear resin, make sure you mix until there are no lumps. For the glitter, I just want to make sure that it's mixed evenly. I will be using the same popsicle stick to mix the mica powder because any glitters that get into the mica powder, it's still going into the same design. It's not going to affect it too much. There's no need to waste another popsicle stick just for the colors. Now for the peachy mix. Again, I am not putting too much glitter because that's my preference. You can put more if you like. We're going to pair this glitter mix with a mix of coral acrylic paint from Michaels and the White Diamond Effect mica pigment from Black Diamond Pigments. Make sure not to overdo it with the paint and pigments in general, or else it can prevent your resin from curing properly. We spilled some glitter onto the mold, but we can easily clean that up with tape before we pour. If you like this mold, you can get it in my mold shop. I will link it in the description. You can get it as a single mold or as this palette. I also have lots of cute earring molds there, so definitely check it out if you make jewelry as well. Let's clean up the mold before we pour. I am using packaging tape. Blue painter's tape works for this as well. I prefer the blue tape because I can easily rip it off the roll. This packaging tape, we have to use scissors to cut it, so it's not as convenient, but it is a bit stickier, so it'll pick up anything we need to pick up easier. There are pros and cons to each, so it is up to your preference what you use. Once the mold is clean, we can pour our donut earrings. The top half is going to be the glitter mix and the bottom half will be the solid color. I will be using the popsicle stick to slowly kind of scoop this small amounts of resin into the mold. That way I'm not over pouring and it will make the cleanup process much easier. And as we pour, I want to talk about choosing a resin for earrings. Earring molds are usually 1/8 inch deep, handmade molds at least, so they are generally thinner. When it comes to choosing a resin, you want to make sure that it's sturdy for thinner and smaller pieces. If not, you could end up with bendy earrings. Sometimes the bendy issue could be from incorrect ratios of part A and part B. Since such small amount is being mixed, you have to be really accurate with the ratio. Some resins also just don't get that hard, and you'll notice it even more with such thin pieces. And definitely do not use a deep pour resin for this. The ones that we use for blocks, it's not meant for such thin pieces. You really want to make sure that the resin that you're using is hard enough for earrings. I am using Totalbolt's high performance resin for these, the slow hardener version. In case you missed it earlier, I will also link the resin I use in the description. You'll notice that when I demold these, that it's not bendy at all. So if you want to try out the resin that I use, I have a discount code for you as well in the description. Another tip for pouring earrings, don't fill it up all the way to the top at first if you are pouring the entire earring in one layer. Notice how I poured some glitters and then some colors, and then I go back to fill up the earrings by adding 1 drop of resin at a time. You'll see a little bit of a dome look at the top of these. That means we poured just enough. If you poured more, it might spill over and you'll have some trimming and sanding to do after you demold it. You can pour less than just the right amount and there will be a little dip around the edges on the back. It might end up being a tad sharp, so you'll have to lightly sand around the edges. I prefer to pour the perfect amount whenever I can to get that dome look, because that is the most aesthetically pleasing for me. When you're done with your pour, you can use a heat gun to pop any bubbles that float to the surface. It's about 6 hours now and the earrings are fully hardened. Let's demold it to see how they turn out. I mean, it's not the biggest surprise since the front and the back looks the same, but it still looks different out of the mold without the color of the mold getting in the way. Look at how cute they are, the sparkles and everything. I want to show you how I dome these earrings because it will make it shinier and it will really make the glitters pop. If you've been watching my videos for some time, you'll notice that I dome everything, and these earrings are not going to get excluded from the top coat. To dome or top coat, we're going to use them interchangeably. We need to set the earrings onto a silicone mat. I think this mat is for things like hot pots, and it has a hexagon pattern that will hold the piece up. The little hexagon spaces can catch any drips. Right now I am placing the earrings with the side that needs to be top coated facing me. I apologize for the matte color and making it a little bit difficult to see the earrings. Red is all I have for now, but I'll look into other colors for the future. For the resin, we are using Totabo's tabletop resin. We use tabletop resin to dome because it's meant for coating things. Well, tables, as the name has it. In this case, these earrings are tabletop. The resin is thicker, so it won't easily run off the edges. As long as we pour just enough, we'll be okay. I am using a small silicone stick, and it's almost like I am painting the resin onto the surface of these earrings. Because of the shape, it's not exactly ideal for me to pour resin onto it. If you need something to hold the piece down, you can use another stick. Notice that we are not using glue on the back of these earrings for drip protection. If you're not familiar with the Elmer's glue trick for resin drip protection, it is basically applying a layer of glue onto the back of your piece just in case of any resin that drips over the edges. The resin will stick to the glue instead of the back of your piece, and then once the resin has cured, we can easily remove the glue and any resin drips for a clean backside. If you need a visual representation, check out the doming tutorial on my channel. This is a risky decision, but I personally think it's more time consuming than it's worth. Then again, we are just making earrings for fun. If this was a custom or flower preservation order, we will take the extra time and steps for every just in case scenarios. So for now, we'll just have to be very slow and careful and not to pour too much resin that it will drip over the edges. You can see in the video that the pieces that we applied the top coat to looks so shiny already. There's a little dome effect, and I think that's why it's called doming as well. Once we're done with the top coating, we will let these earrings fully cure and we can add our earring hooks after. Time to assemble these earrings. I am using 6mm jump rings for the connectors along with stainless steel hooks. I also offer metal-free hooks for those who have metal allergies, so that's an option on my website if you are interested in getting some jewelry from me. I will link the materials that I use in the description. I just got them off Amazon and I put them into these little stackable containers that I got from Michaels. For my jump rings, I 3D printed a little section for the jump rings to separate gold and silver in one box, just to save some space, be a little bit more organized, and not have to use another box. So I will be using these pliers, and I like to open them with holding the jump ring in one hand and using the pliers for the other. And I'm going with gold for the peachy one, and I will be doing silver for the red one. So this is how I attach my hardware, and then I'll show you how the piece looks. These are my earring cards. I actually got these branded cards not too long ago. They're standard business cards from Vistaprint, and I punched the holes for the earrings myself. I designed the back to include my information as well. When I add the earrings to the cards, I like to add rubber backings as well, just in case if the earrings fall out. And before I was using brown cards starting out, and these make such a huge difference. You can pretend my table is a darker colored card and these earrings will stand out so much more on the lighter background. You see what I mean? I will assemble the rest of these and then we can take a look at them all together. Here are the completed earrings, assembled on cards and ready to go. 2 pairs at least. If you get any earrings on my website, you'll be able to select silver, gold, or metal free hooks, and let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed making these earrings with me. I had a lot of fun making these earrings, so we will definitely be making more jewelry on this channel. If you are interested in my jewelry, check out the collection that I have on my website. And don't forget to select the metal-free backings if you have metal allergies. And if there's anything else you want to see on this channel or any feedback, leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.